My name is Ben Hope. I am the Director of Product Commercialization for SuperTrak Conveyance. And today we're very excited to show you the latest platform that we've added to our SuperTrak portfolio. After 25 years of working with machine builders, we've really learned a lot about what is required to make something an automation platform. It needs to have some sort of foundational function, like moving product through a process. It needs to be robust, it needs to be consistent, and it needs to be reliable, and it also needs to be easy to use. We've learned a lot since 1996 when we first started looking into this. And in 1996, where this really all began for us, we started looking at how we can make automation better. And one of the things that we really recognized was the limitations of conveyance. It wasn't fast enough, it took too long to get in and out of stations, it took too long waiting on locate tooling, designing it and assembling it, and we didn't have to want to choose between asynchronous or synchronous conveyance options. And very often we had to add extra tooling and robotics to compensate for limitations in technology. So in 1996, we started thinking about how we could solve this problem. And we really came down to three key drivers that could deliver the benefits of what we are looking to do. And those key drivers were speed. We wanted to be able to get in and out of stations faster, pretty obvious. Precision. We wanted to be able to move into position and start working on the product immediately, no waiting. We wanted better interaction between tooling and robotics. And if we could have independent control over each shuttle, basically controlling its destination, its velocity, and its acceleration, that would open up immense possibility for machine designers. At the time, we started looking at what was available on the market. And if you look at something like an indexing dial, with an indexing dial, you get speed and precision, but you sacrifice independent shuttle control. With something like a pallet conveyor, you get independent shuttle control, but you sacrifice speed and precision. And those solutions are good for lots of applications, but the more complex an application gets, and the more widespread that application gets, it starts to become a burden on machine designers. So we started to develop a solution. And this is where SuperTrak begins. In 2001, at the Motec show in Stuttgart, for the very first time, we exhibited SuperTrak Conveyance. And this was our show cell. And we were demonstrating how speed, precision, and independent shuttle control can make machines smaller by limiting the amount of tooling and robotics that you need in order to get to a high performance level. This particular show cell was demonstrating the assembly steps of these very high-tech looking mobile phones that you can see on those shuttles. And a lot of us here remember the days when you would make a call on a mobile phone, you had to pull the antenna out. And that seems like a very long time ago, to me anyway. And it really just showcases how much time, learning, and experience has gone into SuperTrak Conveyance. In 2002, we released Generation 1 of SuperTrak. And this was one of the very first applications that we did. This was for an automotive components manufacturer. And it was assembling a actuator mechanism. And again, we showed speed, precision, and independent shuttle control can really make a big impact on automation design. But that's not all automation needs. Manufacturing is dirty. Manufacturing is constant. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. Manufacturing requires high performance and high quality. And at the end of the day, it needs to run, and it needs to run well. So we learned a lot about power electronics, about PLC interfaces, about materials for wheels, materials for wear strips. And we also recognized that there was a lot of general improvements we could make to the design. So almost immediately, we started working on the next generation. In 2005, we released Generation 2. And here we had an improved mechanical configuration, so it was easier to assemble. It was easier to do repair and maintenance. We improved our electronics. That gave us more performance. It gave us a better PLC interface. It gave us more bandwidth on our internal communication channel. We also recognized that we needed to build more into the software. So our Traskmaster software needed to be more than a simple configuration tool. It needed to have advanced diagnostics, and it needed to have a way to configure functionality. We found that our SuperTrak users were programming the same things over and over and over again. And rather than do that programming each time, why not make that functionality configurable? So this is where we really started to improve the product. Generation 2 is where SuperTrak really found its legs, and it was a workhorse for us for nearly a decade. We utilized it in medical device assembly, packaging, in pharma, automotive component assembly, in solar, and in battery. But like everything, we also recognized that we could make it better. In 2014, we released Generation 3, and this is when we could confidently say that SuperTrak Conveyance was an automation platform. Here we introduced a curved linear motor with a precision of plus or minus 25 microns, which meant you could actually stop and do work on the corners. We had higher acceleration and higher velocities. We had best-in-class precision on our straight sections at plus or minus 10 microns. And we really started to improve the software. We had better simulation tools, better and easier ways to configure an advanced system, and very, very powerful diagnostics. So when things went wrong, you could get back up and running very, very quickly. From 1996 to 2024, SuperTrak went from being just an idea to an automation platform. But it was really the journey, the learning, the experience, and the time that we put into it that gives us the confidence to call it an automation platform. And since 1996, we've continued to innovate the product. We've continued to enter new markets, new industries, and new applications, looking for ways to show how speed, precision, and independent shuttle control can really make a big impact on machine design. Today, we're going to introduce our latest product, HORIZON3. And I'm going to pass the microphone to Michael Healy, our Vice President of Products and Technology. Mike?
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
As Ben said, my name is Michael Healy. I'm the VP of Technology for SuperTrak, and thank you all for coming today. I think the takeaway message from Ben, and the one that we wanted you all to have, is everything that we do here at SuperTrak is all based on a real depth of experience and knowledge. We've been doing this for a long time, and we know what we're doing. But we also know that the future ahead of us has a lot of challenges. I'm a 24-year-old veteran of the custom automation business, and the challenges we've been facing in the industry over that time have been tremendous. Some of those that we've seen are the complexity of the products we're trying to manufacture on our platforms is growing. The number of devices, the size of these devices, the processes required to assemble them are more difficult. People, we don't have people to run the lines anymore. We need automation that's smarter, that can do more in less space. We have problems with decreasing life cycles. We're building machines now while products are still being designed. They have to be agile and adaptable. Sustainability is a huge problem to a lot of people, and including us. Reduction of costs. Always about reduction of cost. How do we drive cost out of the product? So we here at SuperTrak went out to our customer base and we went and asked them, what do you need in a world-leading product? And really they came back with 4 things for us. The first, we need something that's smarter. How do we do more with data? How do we drive efficiency into the automation? Number 2, how do we grow and leaner? How do we do more with what we actually have? Number 4, how do we move faster? How do we increase the output per square meter on the manufacturing floor? And the last one is how do we become more flexible? How do we be adaptable and agile as product and processes change? So we here at SuperTrak reflected on those questions, and we took the 1,200 systems that Ben talked about, the 20,000 kilometers. We took 25 plus years of experience. And as a machine builder, we went out and we reviewed this with all those in the world. And what we believe is we've developed a product that lays the foundation for the factory of the future. And I want to say it's not only on the surface of what you've seen, and I ask you to come up later and ask some questions, but the underlying technology here, we believe won't solve just the problems of today, but will solve the problems going 10 years into the future. So I guess without further delay, I'd like to introduce everyone to what we believe to be the most elite and world-leading platform in the world. So before we move on, I'm going to hand it over to Albert to give you some of the technical features of the product itself. I want to make 2 acknowledgements. First is to the development team, who a lot of them are here today and looking like proud parents as we've unveiled this. Thank you for all your dedication, your hard work. This has been a year and a half in development. What they've done in a year and a half is absolutely tremendous and industry leading. And number two, I'd like to thank our early adopters of our technology, and in specific Siemens, who's here with us today to celebrate. They put a lot of effort in, and what they're doing to integrate this into their TIA framework is absolutely outstanding and world class, and I ask you all to go over to their booth and have some discussions with them too. So on that note, I'm going to hand it over to Albert to give you a bit of the technical depth.
Okay. Yeah, hello, my name's Albert Kleinikkink. I'm an R&D director here at ATS, and I'm responsible for the development of the SuperTrak, along with a great team. So SuperTrak lets you and your automation produce more with less automation, and also on a smaller plant floor space. Also, the flexibility lets you do more on your machines and produce more parts on the same machine. And our HORIZON3 product we're showing today just continues to extend this. Like Mike said, we developed this in 1.5 years, building on 28 years experience with linear mover technology. This is all developed within our company, all the mechanics, all the electronics, all the software, so we can best support you for users of this technology. And also, at ATS, we're also users of the SuperTrak. We develop it and we also use it. So we really do and prioritize what's best for machine builders. And the technology, you get very high throughput with a product like the SuperTrak. And to get high throughput, you have to have very stable mechanics, you have to have very fast settling times, you have to have very good thermal performance, you have to have very fast controls. It takes a combination of a lot of things in mechatronics to really get high throughput. And at ATS, on high precision assembly machines, we push over 600 parts a minute on the SuperTrak platform. Also very precise. You can position pallets to plus or minus 10 microns, which really lets you use this product for some very, very complex processes. The new system will also scale up to very large systems up to 100 meters of track and 500 shuttles, all on one single system. And also the new compact curve, it's only a 270 millimeter curve, but very high performance. Very good precision, very good acceleration. You know, you can really leverage that corner to do some very good processing. Also flexibility. So the product now is a 50 millimeter pitch. Over the years, we would often put multiple parts on a shuttle, but now you can go down to one part per shuttle. So a true batch size one. Also on SuperTrak, it's a cantilever design, so you get full access to the part. Full bottom access, full access all around. So that really gives you a lot of opportunities in your automation. Also, with this product, we leverage asynchronous and synchronous motion throughout the machine, whatever is best suited for the process. So definitely total combinations of asynchronous and synchronous areas all combined on one machine. And shuttles on the product can be pulled off or added anywhere very easily. And the product's also very easy to program. The new Traskmaster is now web-based, and it's very easy to configure, and you get very good diagnostics out of the software. Also, the system comes with a built-in shuttle ID. You no longer have to add an ID system onto the track. It knows the unique number for every single shuttle right from production built in. And also at ATS, we spent many years, like I said, we're a user of the product, so we put a lot of time into recovery. When you open a door, when you move shuttles around, the software will always put shuttles back to where they left off and get you running again very efficiently. So recovery has been a huge area of development in the SuperTrak for many years. And also simulations. You can do simulations very quickly and very efficiently with the product. And reliable. There's SuperTraks in the field that have been running for over 20 years. And they're totally supported and they're running great. SuperTrak tends to actually outlive the automation around it, and our customers reuse their SuperTraks on the next product. because the only moving parts on a SuperTrak are the 4 wheels on each shuttle. The rest of the SuperTrak stays precise and runs for many, many years. Our customers never have to change rails, ever. The only thing that ever gets changed are the wheels. So you can use a SuperTrak for many decades. And it's also, we've added a fiber optic network within the product, which is completely noise immune and very high bandwidth. So now the SuperTrak has within it, it's all fiber optic communication. And it's very easy to swap motors. That's another improvement we made on the latest product. Very easy to pull out a complete section and replace it. Also very easy to pull out a circuit board and replace the circuit board. And really, like I said, we really focus on what machine builders need. This product integrates with any PLC. It supports all the major networks, very strong integration with any PLC. It's very easy to assemble. You bolt it together and you go. The product has pipes in for liquid cooling. So if you have a very high performance station, it's very easy to add liquid cooling. We also added a number of different mounting options on the shuttle. Again, just to give you a lot of flexibility, how you mount your cooling to the product. And like mentioned, this is really the first true machine integrated conveyance platform. This product can be totally controlled from Siemens to a portal, just like a servo axis in Siemens, and that's running at Hall 11. So, we've done a lot of work here to really make this a true machine integrated platform. Yeah, like I mentioned, so there's like billions of euros of automation running today on SuperTrak, and it's a very, very efficient platform to implement into your machines. So now I welcome everybody, come on up and take a look at the new HORIZON3.
So, let's just